Testing.
It's on now, so.
Testing.
Yeah. But I don't know if y'all want to slide down so the camera pick it up. Slide down.
Yeah, you can see
I'll just adjust here. Catch you.
We got that.
Feels good.
Feels great. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to go ahead and face the east, and we're going to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, to the Bayash Dabadad, the house of David. This is Men of Valor Las Vegas camp, coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds, you're the children of Israel, all right? Hey, you are the chosen of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai's people, all right? First and foremost, the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel, the first fruits of the Spirit. Then the multitude of the men, women, and children who believe upon the testimony, believe upon the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Through no other way will there be salvation. And salvation is only for the Israelites, all right, the elect of the nation of Israel, all right. But without further ado, hey, Lord willing, this camp is uplifting and edifying unto the body.
This is John 14 and verse 12 says, Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, and the works that I do shall he do also.
Right. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai said, he that believeth on me, all right, and the works that I do, all right, he shall do also. So what did Yahweh Shai do? Hey, he preached, he teach, he had a ministry, all right, the ministry of spreading the gospel, the good news, all right, the news of the Father, all right, the news that, hey, he was brought in to the world to renew Israel, all right, that it is him and through him, all right, hey, Israel will come back to its rightful estate, okay, the inheritance, all right, that belongs unto the nation of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, the Israelites, all right? This ministry, this gospel, this doctrine, all right, is for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as the speckled birds whose father's line goes back. The promise belongs unto you, all right? But it is only the elect of the nation of Israel that is going to receive it right now. Not everybody is going to accept the gospel and the good news, all right? It's too much for them, okay? As this Jake is here typically every week, and every week that we start, he then drives off, all right? Because this word is precious. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has it for his elect, all right?
And greater works than this shall he do.
Right, and greater works than this shall he do, all right? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai spread the ministry, all right? Gave us the Ruach Hakadosh, the Holy Spirit. All right, now that the ministry is spread and spread like wildfire, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is now increasing the Spirit through the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. How much more in this day and this time? All right, we are more wicked now than we were wicked then when Yahweh Shai was on the scene. Okay, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, hey, the scriptures tell you that the times wax worse and the people. All right, so it has become even more evil, even more dark, even more debauchery and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, Babylon the Great.
Right, Babylon the Great.
Greater confusion.
Right. So now have mass confusion across all the four corners of the earth. Israel has never been this low as it's been right now. All right, not knowing who they were and who they are and whose they are, not knowing where they come from, believing that they just popped up through some fucking monkey doctor, all right? Some fable, all right? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai gave us a lineage, gave us a heritage, and therefore testified of himself to glorify his story, all right? We have to understand that we are them, all right? We belong to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. We are the people, the nation, all right? We are the priest, All right, we are the powers. All right, through the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We are set up to be holy. All right, as Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is holy.
Because I go unto my Father.
Right, because he goes unto his Father. So when Yahushai departed, he went unto his Father, right? And the works that he did were able to do greater. All right, not even getting in to necessarily spiritual power yet. All right, but this is a spiritual power. To understand this word, to be able to preach and teach this word, and to stand on faith. All right, to stand on faith as Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has provided each brother their measure. Okay? A brother is fervent in the history. A brother is fervent with getting deep, dark mystery sayings, pulling out. Another brother has visions. All right? Another brother speaks in multiple languages. Another brother helps keep the eye single. Another brother is a help, a prophet. All right? Whether it be in health, all right, whatever the measure Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has given that brother, let that brother, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, amplify Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in the ministry. All right? Our spiritual powers we have now. Okay? It's just Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to turn it up to another scale here very soon. All right? As we're starting to see this world collapsing. All right?
2 Timothy 4 and 5 says, but watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of my ministry.
Right. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua says, watch in all things and do the work of an evangelist. All right? The work, doing the work is the ministry. All right? Being an evangelist, going to speak and going to give testimony, all right, of the news, all right, of that gospel, of that good news, that good work, okay? Hey, you have people in the world working out, talk about that's good work, all right? No, work out your heart, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. That's good work. That's the best work you can do. That's the most beneficial to work to your body, to your mind, and to your soul. All right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has this ministry here, to call out and to give warning unto his elect. Lord willing, we be of that number. All right?
This is 2 Corinthians 4 and 5. It says, for we preach not ourselves, but the Mashiach Yahushai, thou power, and ourselves your servants for Yahushai's sake.
Right. We preach not of ourselves. All right. Hey, we didn't get this ministry by ourselves through the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, or else we would be false prophets. We'd be tell fables, tell stories, and tell lies. All right. We got this ministry, through the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, all right, that was imparted unto us through our apostles. All right, the apostles spoke the word. A brother heard a video or heard another brother saying, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, or seen a video, all right, or had a friend. However you came in through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, but it was by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, all right, opening you up to receive this message, to receive the doctrine, all right, to be called. All right, this is a calling, and it's not a calling to take lightly. It's a calling to take heed, take the warning, understand what it is not only that you're involved in, but understand what it is that you're fighting for. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has a glorious, great gift for us. All right, first and foremost, that gift being saved in salvation, being protected in a time of trouble. All right. Being able to heal the sick, being able to be protected from the woes and the pestilence of this world. Even if Yahweh Hashem Yahushai doesn't necessarily bless you with more spiritual power, that you're able to make it through, or that you're able to be found worthy if it is a cause for you, hey, to give your life for the ministry and the testimony of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It is all the accounted cost for any affliction that comes. All right? Glorify in that. Glorify in being a servant of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Because you're serving somebody right now, whether you realize it, accept it or not. I don't give a fuck what your status is in this world. All right? You can serve, you serve the upper echelon. Everybody is the cow. All right? From DJ Trump all the way down. Every president, every prime minister, all right? Hey, if they're not of that top echelon banking family, and they're not at the top of the pyramid, the top one or the top two, hey, you're serving someone. All right? There can only be one in charge, in truth and honesty. Everybody else is what? Hirelings. There's only one in charge. But through the hierarchy of things, there's some that are higher than others. Now, there's only one that rules this world. All right? And that is the counterpart, hey, the devil, the counterpart of Satan, the devil. All right? That lineage of Esau, Edom. All right? More specific, hey, it goes back to Amalek. All right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has sanctioned everything for the way that it is, the way that it will be, and the way that it's going to be.
Amalek being that chief tribe.
God.
You know, that pretty much is where the blessing, you know, of Esau went to. You know, that's why he has so much influence on the rest of the world, which are, you know, seeing with the merging, you know, of these military forces. All right, how, you know, the IDF is now, you know, being more so intertwined with the American, you know, American military.
Right.
And you know, to actually go a little bit into that, damn it, was that it's like, yeah, I lost my point over there.
It's the power of influence. All right? We'll come back.
Yeah.
I don't want to rot this up. Right? Hey, but he holds the power, that tribe holds the power of influence.
What I was going to say was that this came right after, you know, Nada U was talking about relieving or you know, disbanding from American funding. You know, not too long ago he said we want to cut that funding, which he wasn't lying. Now he's doing it, you know, through law.
Right. Now he's intertwined in the fight.
So he's not getting aid no more. He
is the aid.
Yeah. So he didn't lie. All right. He just, you know, like they do. They play the loophole.
Right. What was that game? Two lies and a truth.
He told you something to appease you, just like these ceasefires and these peace talks, and then right when they start the peace talk, you see a strike.
Yeah, right. Hey, it was that last one. The missiles were already going down.
Yeah.
All right. We couldn't pull back now.
And then that recording with Trump cussing his ass out, you know, which that was more than likely staged. You know, they do it to, you know, they playing good cop, bad cop.
Right.
With the people. You know, see Trump really for us. And then he go and you know, kiss his ass behind closed curtains or you know,
right.
Do what he have to do.
Hey, at the end of the day, all these devils are on one accord. All right? That's why they call it the New World Order. All right? You couldn't make the order by yourself of the whole world.
Yeah, well, Trump talking shit about Biden funding Ukraine, but then his son, you know, investing in this AI technology for these robots, and that's part of the reason why that war will continue to go on, so they can get that test trial in.
Yep.
You know, for that robot army that they got going on over there.
Right. Hey, because it's the new AI is on the new battlefield. All right.
So that's a test run for Armageddon.
Yep.
You know, for the Valley of Yahweh Shaphat.
Hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, hey, is manifesting all these things to come to pass. All right. He said, though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely should not tarry. All right. Hey, these scriptures are a living, breathing book.
I just seen Dabu post that they were doing military exercises in Pasadena. You know, didn't notify nobody. You know, and just started, you know, lighting shit up. Had people, you know, thinking, well, not knowing.
Right. Hey, so much as when it really does happen, people are going to think, oh, it's just another exercise. All right. Except for now, hey, those are live rounds and they putting multiple people on the ground. This is just speculation. All right.
It's test runs.
They posted one Instagram post. Who the hell followed those accounts besides people that are in the military?
Right.
You know, or got family members in it.
Right. Who has access?
And I'm sure they wasn't doing it in an area where, you know, where it was a nice suburban, you know, neighborhood.
Right. Came straight out of Compton. Got it.
But they gearing the people up for you know this time, you know, that we're coming into.
This is John 7:18. It says, "He that speaketh of himself speaketh his own glory, but he that speaketh his glory that seek him, the same is true, and unrighteousness is in him."
Right. You can't speak of yourself. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai did not give us this ministry to talk about what I want and what I do and what I'm doing. No, he gave us this ministry to testify of him, them, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? This is not a doctrine of our own. This is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's doctrine. All right? To call out to the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay? You got it, Darash.
This is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 20. It says, knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
There's no private interpretation in these scriptures. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has always led us in the way that we were supposed to go. When we went off, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai always gave us the punishment and told us of our punishment. He didn't keep it a secret. He said, I'm going to destroy you. Just like your parent used to say, I'm going to whoop your ass. Wait till we get home. You're going to get an ass whooping. All right? Once again, if you had any type of a parent, all right, I appreciate those ass whoopings I used to get. Now, today, I might not appreciate them at the time, but the scriptures talk about that too. All right?
Verse 21, for the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of the power spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit.
By holy men who were moved by the Spirit, the Ruach Kodesh. All right? That the Holy Spirit, imparted the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding unto them. That the scriptures may have be a testimony. All right? A testimony given that was written for our learning. All right? Everything that elders, brothers, and every trials, apostles have went through, Yahweh Shai went through. All right? It is written for our learning. To know that we can make it through this course. We can make it through the battle. All right? We can win the race. We just have to keep our eyes single on and keep that eye salve on Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Knowing and understand that this ministry is a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice everything for the ministry. You have to sacrifice everything for your salvation. You are not going to win here. But you can win in the end for the kingdom of heaven. Right? Everything that we're going through now, everything that we have now is to, what's the word I'm looking for? To help us through this prolonged ass whooping. Right.
You got no reason to be celebrating early.
Gone. Right? The race is not done. Hey, look at how many clips where you see those people just start walking towards the end. They thought they were the only one. Somebody comes sprinting from behind. All right? Takes it, and the person's like,
or like a boxer that thinks you got the win in the bag, you get KO'd in the last,
yep.
the last round, minute of the round.
Right.
You've seen that plenty of times.
I think on the side.
That's pretty much, Ali was the greatest, was the GOAT. What'd he do? He roped the goat. So what you think Yahweh Shem Shai doing?
Yep.
These people are taking punches after punches, but he's gonna give them that final edge in the last round.
Right.
He's gonna turn them up where he goes.
Yeah,
You need me to grab some?
no, he got Clay next.
Yeah, you need me to grab
No, Daraj got it.
Okay. Yeah.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 6. It says, "For the power who commanded the light to shine out of darkness
Grab second.
hath shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of the power in the face of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach."
Start that over, Daraj, and speak up, please.
2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 6.
Put some more bass in your voice.
"For the power who commanded the light to shine out of darkness hath shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of the power in the face of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach."
Right. Hey, that light that was given unto us was the Rakak Wadash. All right. Yahweh Shai, being the one to give us the Holy Spirit so we could receive it. All right. He said he would leave a comforter. The comforter must come. All right. That's why he had to go, so we could receive it. All right. So we could start receiving more of the promises and more of the understanding that Yahweh Shem Yahushua had for us in this time and this day. All right? If Yahweh Shai wouldn't have gave his life, we couldn't be here. We couldn't have what it is that we have now. All right? The understanding came through the sacrifice of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He imparted unto the apostles what he could while he was there. All right? But everything else for the testimony and for prophecy's sake, it went down as Yahweh Shem Yahushua has intended it to.
Because a lot of the things that Yahweh was teaching, to his disciples, it was going over their head.
God.
He was telling them about the resurrection that was going to take place, how he was going to have to go through this suffering, but it didn't wake them up. They didn't see the full picture till after it happened.
Right. Hey, and now we're in the full picture. Now we see Yahweh Shem Yahushua's masterpiece. All right? We're watching the work being done because, Lord willing, we're those men, we're a part of the workers doing it.
Yeah, and the brother just read it. Actually, you read 20 and no, it was can I read it real quick?
Yeah, you can read it.
2 Peter 1 and 19. It says, "We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, unto the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts." That's Yahweh Shai.
Right.
We have a more sure word of prophecy because Yahweh Shai revealed those secrets unto us, and that even more sure word of prophecy in these latter days, because we're seeing more prophecy take place and getting a full, even a bigger picture of the scriptures and how they're playing out in real time.
Right.
Because we see these these prophecies, but we don't know how it's actually going to play out.
Right.
But then we see it play out like before. Something I've been meditating on. We didn't know that AI was going to come as and be damn near the core of this beast system.
Right.
But look how much of a major part this has been going. Even though we knew like the fourth industrial revolution and everything, it was going to take place. The prophets back then didn't know. You know, I'm sure you know the visions that John the Revelator had. He's seen things, but you know he didn't know what a robot was.
Right. Hey, that's it. But he's seen knowledge increase. All right. Hey, but knowledge is increasing on both sides. As the devil increases his knowledge with his artificial AI, artificial intelligence, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is bringing real intelligence back into the world. The intelligence and the knowledge of these scriptures, the understanding. All right. Who is the wisest king of them all? All right. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, and if you want to just talk about King Solomon, all right, who's King Solomon? If you can receive it, all right. Yahweh Shem Yahushua has the ability to do anything. People limit Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Oh, he can't do this. Oh, he wouldn't do that. What do you mean he can or he won't? He already has. That's why the world exists. What is your Big Bang Theory without the particles that made the bang? Where did they come from? Where did the universe come from? That it could get together those so-called particles, those atoms. Where in the hell did they come from? Anything that you say can and will be used against you scripturally in the court of law. In Yahweh Shem Yahushua's law. Right? Because it always proves Yahweh Shem Yahushua's word. No matter what you try to say against the scriptures. All right? He gives you true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He said till the light dawns in your heart, in your mind.
Day star and day dawn.
Dawn.
You know, and that's, you know, ultimately Yahushua revealing those secrets unto his servants. You know, breaking those 7 seals.
Yep.
You know, releasing the mysteries to his chosen. But it starts with the prophets. And in these times, it's to the elect. You know, that's who can receive the wisdom.
2 Corinthians 4:7. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of the power and not of us.
Right. That it may be of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and not of us. Even though we have it in these earthly vessels. All right. Hey, it's to give testimony. It's to magnify and glorify Yahweh Shem Yahushua wherever we can, however we can. All right? In righteousness. That's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, make your body a living sacrifice. All right? Be a vessel unto honor and not a vessel unto dishonor. All right?
And Paul said, knowledge puffeth up. You know? Once you stop glorifying, you know, Yahweh Shai and make it a Yahweh Shemiel Shai, make it a you thing, you know, that's the beginning of your downfall. You know, you've seen examples of that when you think that you got it taken care of, that the work you did was enough. You know, if you're not aligning yourself with the will of the Heavenly Father, you know, and His only begotten Son, you're gonna find out, you know, the hard way. Those that you know, sin that you're doing, you know, and your shame is gonna be, you know, you're gonna be under a bright light.
Right. The spotlight looking at you.
Which every man, you know, is, you know, we're in a work in progress in this you know, on this side of being perfected. So there's something wrong with everybody.
Right. Hey, that's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, examine thyself. All right? Daily.
That's not saying that we're wicked, you know.
No.
But as it says in Jeremiah, you know, the heart is wicked, you know.
deceitful above all things.
And we're under the influence of this flesh. Not to give an excuse to sin, but
The conditions of the battle.
right.
All right? Because, hey, if we didn't have any conditions of the battle, then we'd be in perfection and there'd be no need for Yahweh Shai. All right?
You can't be perfected without affliction.
Right.
And the battle is to. They just went in their trunk. That's crazy.
Is that what?
No, that chick over there just popped in her trunk and then closed it. So I was like, which that it's a crime now to sleep in your car.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I
that's.
think I seen something on that.
Yeah, because I was watching a video from the Homestead Journey where this
Yeah.
Jake woman, she said, basically one of the people in the video said that in several states it's a crime to be homeless and to sleep in your own vehicle, and then people are getting their vehicles confiscated and left with all their stuff and themselves out on the side of the road. So that's Esau Edom just continuing to oppress and make things harder for everybody.
Right. Yeah, that just threw me off.
And,
I chilled back here. But yeah, and so the thing that we're showing, our task pretty much, is following the way of Yahweh Shai and ultimately overcome, this flesh, the desires of it. Which that's not going to fully take place until, Yahweh Shai restores, the kingdom and upgrades our body so we won't be confined, to that carnality.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 18. It says, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised."
Right. And who was that? All right? It was Yahweh Shai that gave the ability, starting with our head apostles. All right? Gave Alba Bivens, the men that were under him, and then Apostle Tahar and every man that's under him, following the 100% truth in the doctrine. All right? Gave the ability to call out to the captives. All right? Hey, give the gospel and the good news that Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is coming. All right? That your sight can be restored and healed. All right? That these bones can live. All right? That you're not in a low estate, that you have a heritage. You have a place. You have Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You have a power. You have a Lord over you. All right? You have someone that truly cares about you. If you be of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai's elect. All right? For him to give you salvation on the first go around, but still love you enough to whoop your ass and give you the opportunity to come back the second time around and be a part of the nation of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? To be a part of Yasharallah. It is all love in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, hey, for the discipline. All right? Discipline is love. Okay? Hey, what did Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai say? For who he loves, he chastises. All right? He dealeth with you as sons. If not, then you would all be bastards. All right? Nobody wants to be a bastard child. Even children of this world have a problem with being bastards. Look at them. That's a part of their hurt. Is the fact that they have no father at home. The fact that they have no mother at home. All right? Especially the father. But feeling like a bastard child. Like no one cares. All right? But it's Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai that cares. But you have to step and come correctly. It's not come as you are. All right? It's not remain as you are. It's Salakia. You can come, hey, to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, broken, battered, and bruised, and this is how he wants you. Low, disgusting.
So it's about self-check.
Right. You can be filthy stepping to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But you must cry out for repentance for your filth so he can cleanse you. All right? And repent is to put away, to put that thing away that you once did and never do it again. All right? To not go back to your old ways. To not be that old man or that old woman. All right? But be cleansed in the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Asking him to take away that filth. All right? So yes, you can come as you are, but you can't remain as you are. You have to put on that new man and that new woman. All right? A better understanding for a better promise.
It's walking in the spirit more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dying every day to the flesh.
In verse 19, Luke 4:19, it says, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord.
Right, to preach the acceptable year of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This day and this time, more than ever, each day it gets closer and closer and closer. We know not the day or time. We don't know the year. All right, we know, hey, we could, our apostles hoped it was 1999. We hope and pray every day. All right? That this shithole comes to an end. All right? But I don't want to Ratazah. Hey, Lord willing, we stay ready. All right? If we stay ready, we don't have to get ready. Abiding in the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So whether it be today, tomorrow, next week, next year, next 10 years, all right? Lord willing, no. But hey, if it is, Lord willing, we continue in the faith. All right? In essence, how long have the apostles been waiting? 40 plus years. So what is it to you, brothers, that have only been waiting 20, 30, 10, 5, 2, 1? It's giving everything to make your calling and election sure. Abiding in the ministry and the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Praying to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for all things. For more wisdom, more knowledge, more understanding, more fire, more discipline, more obedience, more humility. All right, more fear. All these things. Whatever season that you're in, no matter what it is, you call on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to deliver you, to help you, to build you up, to break you down again and to build you up again. Don't ever be too prideful. You can never learn enough. We are never good enough. All right, until Yahweh Bashim Yahushai places that crown on our head till we receive salvation. And then we're just good enough for that moment. Because knowledge is forever increasing in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
I gotta pray.
Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon. It's going to be chapter 12, verse 13. It says, for neither is there any power but thou that careth for all, to whom thou mightest show that thy judgment is not unright. Verse 14, neither shall king or tyrant be able to set his face against thee for any whom thou hast punished. So there you go. You know, how about Bashim Yahushai, his ways, his laws, statutes, commandments, judgments, and ordinances, they're not unright. We have them for a reason, to know what is right, what is truly right. And nobody of this world can set their face against it. Nobody can stand against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's word, and they will not go unpunished. Okay? There is only one that is right, and Yahweh Shai said there is only one that is right, and that's the Father.
Right. And what did he establish? Everything. All right? He established everything, what is righteous and what is unrighteous. All right? He made what's right. He gave the blueprint for what is right and what is wrong. Therefore, how can you go against the author? How can you go against him? Yahweh. All right? You got it.
2 Peter 3.
Yep.
You want me to start at 1?
You can start at 1.
Yeah, this is 2 Peter 3 and 1. It says, "This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance."
Right, Yahweh Shem Yahushai stirred up our pure minds by remembering his word, remembering the promise, remembering who we are and whose we are, remembering that we have a job to do, remembering that we had been set apart, remembering his love and that he had already taken care of the nation of Israel and gave us an example. He had already told us if we went off, this is what's going to happen. He had already told us that he'd never leave us. But he already told us that I will whoop your ass. You will get destroyed. I will beat you to a point into submission. All right? If experience has to be the best teacher, then let the experience be what it is.
Verse 2, it says, "That ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord and Savior."
Were not all these things spoken? Every single thing in this book, all right, has been spoken unto us. As the scriptures say, when Moses read the book to the people, sprinkled the blood on the book and the people, all right, gave this account, gave this testimony, everything that was within it, that is, all right. The New Testament is a reconfirmation of the Old Testament. So it was there. All right? It was written. Yahweh Shem Yahushai confirmed it through the Old Testament. All right? When it was given. The New Testament is just a confirmation of the Old Testament, giving it more weight, more ground, and more understanding. The fulfillment of it. That's the word I was looking for at the bottom.
You know, and as for you,
Nobody can hear you.
and as for you wacky tacky Christians, there is nowhere in the scriptures that says that the law is done away with. Okay, one jot or one tittle, and no why shall the law pass. The law is still here, so you have no excuse.
Right, the law is still for who it's for. All right? The law is for this. Yasharallah, the borders of blue. Right? The fringes. It's for the people who it's always been for. Then it's for those people to enforce the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because there's only one nation that could do it. It's only Yahweh Shem Yahushai's nation that can enforce the law. Starting with the 144,000 elect men. All right, after Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the 12. All right. It is in that. But the whole nation of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, from the greatest to the least, will make sure that everyone is abiding by the law to the best of their ability, because we know and understand that other nations won't have perfection. But it's something to strive for.
Dreads and righteousness. Dread.
Yeah, it's Judge Dredd.
Yeah, Judge Dredd. But in righteousness,
Right.
that's like,
All right. You got it.
You want me to read down on it? That was it on 2 Peter.
Yeah, read down to, I think it's to 5.
Okay. 2 Peter 3 and 3, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts.
Right. Hey, scoffers walking after their own lust, and we see that day in, day out. You see that in your family, all right, in your so-called friends of the world, All right. Hey, man, I'm gonna eat this pork. Man, you believe in fairy tales and UFOs, UAPs, but here it is. The world is now believing in UFOs and UAPs. Now they're releasing documentation about it. Oh, now I'm crazy, but the whole world must be going crazy then, right? The whole world must be crazy then, because now people are understanding and starting to admit. You thought the X-Files was just a show. All right? You thought Top Secret was just in your video game. You thought Independence Day was fake, right? Hey, they're planning for an Independence Day. All right? The Space Force is real. Okay? Would that not be the second Independence Day, where they have a whole Space Force?
Yeah, that was it.
Right? Understand. Hey, this devil tells you. He tells you what he's going to do before he does it. He has the left-hand side of his prophecy, even though it's ultimately Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's prophecy. All right? But he believes it's him. His delusion is extra strong. He knows it's not him, but he's so prideful he believes it is him.
I made myself.
I did it all by myself.
Second Peter 3 and 4 it says, "In saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation."
Right. Hey, our fathers fell asleep off their watch. Right? Hey, we had iniquity after iniquity until this time and this day, till the ministry was opened back up, to the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had the Holy Spirit, all right, really rest upon us. The truth has been preserved, right? The mysteries and the histories in this book that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has made the top seller of all time has always been right there. The Bible has been a top seller that was in every hotel, every motel. You used to go in and see. I remember as a little kid going in and see a Bible. Casinos and everything. Why is there a Bible here? That was always my question. Why is there a Bible?
And they even have them in the prison systems too.
Right. Why is there a Bible? It was really, Esau did it really, hey, because he gets paid off of it. But at the same time, you can never say that the law wasn't around. That's why he says, hey, seek you me 10 times more.
Yep.
You've always had the opportunity. You were in that motel, hotel with somebody's wife and the Bible was right there. You could have read it. You could have picked it up. You could have inquired into it, but you didn't. It just became a book. It became something, and for some people it became, some papers to roll. But nevertheless, hey, you have no excuse. Now that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has had the prophets on the scene, you definitely have no excuse. He's given you pastors and teachers after his own heart. Reveal his mystery and his history unto you, Israel. Yasharallah. So how much more? How much more, hey, should we be leaning into Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's doctrine? How much more should we give? Until you can't give anything else. Until you are called by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai back to the spirit world, or until salvation comes.
Verse 5, it says, For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water, and in the water. for this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water.
Right, you're willingly ignorant of Yahweh Shem Yahushai's message. You're willingly ignorant, that Yahweh Shem Yahushai already had everything worked out for us. All right, whether it be the fashions of the earth, all right, or whether it be the conditions of the battle.
Jake think that this is just the way it is.
Right.
This is how it's going to continue on forever.
Right. Things will never change. Changes. All right. Hey, so Yahweh Shem Yahushai has given it to us, man. He has given us the information. He has given us the direction and the guidance. It's here. It's here. All right? And he has given men set up after his own heart, starting with our head apostle Tahar.
That's in Acts 2, it say, I'll just grab it real quick. There's a book of Acts 1 and 6 says, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel? And just, going back to what it said in Peter, he was preparing, that mindset, to endure the race. Same as Paul spoke about in Thessalonians, know that there be a falling away first. In Habakkuk it says, though it tarry, it will not tarry. Yahushua is going to come back, but these prophecies are going to play out first. That's why you go to 2nd Esdras 9, it says, measure thou the time diligently. Okay? Now, where the point that Peter was getting at was, hey, though it happened and the day of judgment is coming, and you're going to either be on the side of righteousness or you're going to be on the side, of that judgment, that's reserved for the ungodly.
Right, the wicked. Right?
This is Sirach 2:10, also known as Ecclesiasticus. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and was confounded? Or did any abandon his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Right. Hey, so to trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, who of old has ever failed in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's name? Who of old has called upon him and not been saved, that truly believed? Who of old, has been a minister of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? All right? And stayed the course, called on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai with faith, truth, honesty, and sincerity, never wavering, and was not healed. The refining process has to continue to the end. No matter what the measure is, no matter how many times you have to go back and go through the refining, right? Whether, bear your cross daily, all right? That's still a refining process. Doing it a better way and seeking to do it better. Yeah, you did it that way, but can it get better? Yeah, you did a lesson on that. Can you go deeper? All right? Is there more meat on that bone? All right? Get what it is that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is giving. He is giving you salvation. If you but seek it, if you search for it, if you're called and you're chosen of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai ultimately. All right? Brothers can pick up.
Yeah. This is Proverbs 21:16. It says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. You know, and Yahweh Hashem Shai, you know, requires you to break that cycle. You know, and he started to break the cycle first, you know, starting with Yahweh Shai, but now in these times putting the prophets on the scene, you know, to give you that identity back, to give you the warnings and that vision, right? Because in times past, hey, we were wandering out of the way of the congregation in the wilderness, you know, and you know, as dry bones in the valley, you know, here in Babylon the Great, until that spirit got put back into us. You know, but now even you gotta break the cycle of, you know, of what you're doing that's holding you back. You know, that's what's stopping your perfection. You know.
Yep.
And that all starts, you know, and it stems from, you know, the truly understanding, you know, and applying the wisdom of Yahweh Hashem Shai.
Yep. You got something to rush?
Yes. This is Joshua chapter 24, starting at verse 17, and it says, "For the Lord our power, He it is that brought us up and our fathers out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage, and which did those great signs in our sight, and preserved us in all the way wherein we went, and among all the people through whom we passed." 18. "And the Lord drave out from before us all the people, even the Amorites which dwelt in the land. Therefore will we also serve the Lord, for He is our power." So Yahweh Hashem Shai has always been looking out for us, taking care of us. Okay? You know, nobody else has done it but Him. Okay? So that right there should tell you that He's our caretaker. He's the one that's been just looking out for us even through hard times. Okay? Because He's never, yeah, sure, He may have turned His back to us for a time. You know, it's like putting a kid in timeout. You know, they're on punishment. Verse 19 in Joshua, verse 19, "And Joshua said unto the people, Ye cannot serve the Lord, for He is an holy power. He is a jealous power. He will not forgive your transgression, nor your sins. If ye forsake the Lord and serve strange gods, then He will turn and do you hurt, and consume you after that He hath done you good." So, again, man, you know, after all the good that Yahweh Hashem has done for you, if you turn your back and do that which He told you not to, you know, that's only going to lead to you getting put on, you know, timeout or punishment, man.
Yeah. What did they say in Exodus that He will send an angel and He will not, you know, pardon your transgressions.
For my name is in Exodus 20.
Yeah, 23 and 20.
And it says here in 21, "And the people said unto Joshua, Nay, we will serve the Lord." 22, "And Joshua said unto the people, Ye are witnesses against yourselves, that ye have chosen you, the Lord, to serve Him. And they said, We are witnesses." Okay? So what are we witnesses to? This, Yahweh Hashem Shai's word, the laws, statutes, commandments, judgments, and ordinances. You know, when He first brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we did say that we will do. Okay, we gave Yahweh Hashem Shai our word that we will follow You, we will do as You say. And you know, Yahweh Hashem Shai has been making sure that, you know, He holds us to our word this whole time. And every time we reneged, you know, we got our ass whooped.
Right. Hey, because the judgment was always there. It was always there to be for anything it is that we did against what we said. All right. It was never going to be easy. It was never meant to be easy. It was to make us judges of the earth. All right? Experience had to be the teacher. All right? Yahweh Hashem Shai told us we didn't want it. He said, why give thy glory to another? Right? Be separate. Be holy. You are above these people. That's not the way to walk. That's not the way to go. I have chosen you.
How you brothers doing, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I keep up the good work.
Hey, all praises, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? So it was never to be like these other nations. It was for these nations to have a similitude, to try to be like us. All right? Try to walk in the way of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. In essence, Israel started loving the creature, the creation more than the creator. All right? I said that.
Yeah, the creation.
Creation more than creator.
Instead of following in love with the creator who created them.
Right.
And through that, you forgot, all the good things that he did.
Right.
Let's say in Jeremiah, real quick. It's going to be Jeremiah. Jeremiah 5 and verse that ain't 5 and 25. It says, your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholden good things from you. And then they goes in. I'll read down one more. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men. And that goes back to the leaders causing these people to err. But that sin, and that iniquity is what withheld, the blessings from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because you thought you had a better way to go and about things. You followed, after your own heart. And that goes into people, in these days, trying to get their glory on this side. They're chasing, after a corruptible crown. They're chasing after a partial understanding and really just, trying to get what the Lord, has stored up in heaven for them tenfold, 100-fold.
Right.
Hey,
they want fast and ready. They want fast food now. All right.
Spend money, I want it now.
Right. They want it now. They want everything fast.
But what did you do to earn it?
No, I don't have to earn it. I don't have to earn it. He knew a better way. They knew a better way.
There you go.
Right? They knew a better way. Hey, through this through philosophy.
Yeah, you can't scam, the Most High.
Through wayward doctrine. Hey, because Israel said at one point in time, roughly paraphrasing, under I think you brought it out last week. It's a verse exactly slipped my mind, but it says, under these gods we've received, but under basically Yahweh Shem Yahushua we have received nothing. Right? In essence, we received everything from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Even those false idols that you cling unto, Yahweh Shem Yahushua put them there for a stumbling block. All right? Why? Because he already gave you the blueprint. He already told you what is right, what is righteous, and what is good. All right? I'm trying to think of that verse.
Yeah, I can't think of what you're quoting right now. But
I don't want to. You ready? What you got? You can bring it out.
Ecclesiasticus 19 and 18. For the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the first step to be acceptable of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. what I'm saying? You gotta have that fear first and foremost. And you're gonna receive that wisdom so you know what you're doing. Definitely in the times that we're in. You know what I mean? Getting the right truth, understanding the prophets of Yahweh Shema Shai, the words, so you keep yourself in a better case. You know what I'm saying? So you're not out here just doing whatever. You know? Keep you on track.
This is fucking. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 11 and verse 13, and it reads, "Let us hear the counsel of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and keep his commandment, for this is the whole duty of men." All right? Hey, the duty of the ministry is the duty to fall under the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, to fall in order. This is the duty of a man. All right? And true, really, man, a real man is only a man of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Everyone else are just males. All right? If you're not following the way after Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, you are nothing but a male. If you follow and take heed to the doctrine of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, therefore you are a man. All right? When I was a child, I thought as a child, but now that I'm a man, all right? Hey, I put away childish things. That's what it takes. It takes submitting, committing the way of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and taking a hold of it and not letting go. All right?
This is Judges 10 and 14. It says, "Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation." You know? So see how, you know, that works out for you in these times, you know? See how these other false idols can redeem you from this upcoming destruction, which a lot of people are going to go into that MOTB, which that, you know, is an idol. You know, they're setting this thing up to be that power over you. All right. So, but at the end of the day, it's not going to, you know, deliver you from the plagues Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to put on this earth.
Right. It's not. There's no protection that this devil can offer you. It doesn't matter if it's in a bunker, right? It doesn't matter if it's what is that Jake that had? I just seen the video. I don't even know where. I just seen the clip of it. The Jake that has the two micro C hips.
Oh, you talking about that
in
one?
his
Jake
head?
has it. Yeah.
The bald dude.
He's changing his eye colors
Yeah.
and everything.
It was like, it just makes me say stuff just randomly.
No,
This
I
is
don't
so
know about
cool.
that. I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
I just saw the one with the bald dude. He was changing his eyes. It might have been AI.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
it
know.
said.
I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah,
That's
that
a
guy.
different one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've been seeing that.
Yeah, this dude, he was like, I'm the only one in the world that has two micro C hips in my head.
And the facial expressions he makes, man, it just makes you think like,
Hey, it's like smile.
yeah.
We might be talking about the same
Okay.
thing, but I don't remember him saying yeah.
He just looks insane.
Right. It was like, I just randomly say stuff. Just randomly. It's like the episode of Black Mirror where she had the ad running.
Yeah.
It's exactly like what it was. Hey, all this free data storage space now. All right. Hey, these data centers. All right. Hey, it's really player one.
Yeah.
All right. It's really player one. They're all trying to pop up and get more advertising space. Essentially, they're advertising for the devil. All right. That's what it is. That's why you got Mr. Beast and all these influencers, hey, starting to amp up and talk about, hey, after, a 1,000 trials, I'll go ahead and do it. Winning robots and shit and all kinds of ridiculous prizes. hey, just to get you familiar with it, just for you to be more accepting of it.
Making it like it's the new norm.
Right. All right. A price point that you can't refuse.
So them being deceived by the miracles.
Right.
You know, because he was an advertisement, whether he was real or not. You know, he was advertising, you know, the good things that would come out of it.
Right.
You know, and you know the false miracles, you know, and the benefits of having it.
Right. Hey, but look at this. You got the trials with Elon that he did with the dude being able to play video games, connect to the internet and the whole 9 yards, and helping and seeing, and the dude restoring his sight. But here it is. Here's Jake, and he's got some random fucking shit wire going through his head. All right, and he just came out and blatantly. It just makes me do stuff like that. For that alone, not advertising, not advocating anything for the MOTB. But look how they make Jake look like a fool. All right, still to be a laughing stock. All right. Hey, it was good for that devil. It helped that devil. There's whole fucking 60 minutes and fucking documentaries and shit on it and everything. But here it is, Jake being a baboon again.
Yeah, made it viral so he could change his eye color.
Right.
You know.
Stupid niggas.
Another monkey learns a trick. Right? Chimping out.
Yeah.
All right.
Biggest thing they were saying is that's so cool.
Right.
And he's face shaping and shit. That shit looked crazy. But you know, it didn't show nothing that was like no spiritual left hand power or nothing like that yet, which they're gonna probably do more.
Right.
Really grab your attention.
Hey, they gave Jake the basics. All right.
You look like a clown guy.
Continuously unbeneficial. That's what this devil is to you, Jake. Unbeneficial. He does not benefit you in any way, shape, or form. Even in this current fucking system right now. You are fucking collateral damage for his sins, for his wickedness. If he could have built this bitch up alone, he would have. But he didn't have the strength. He didn't have the wisdom or the knowledge. He only had the sword. All right? That's why. Huh?
I said, and a whip.
And a whip. That's why Yahweh Hashem Yahushai let him increase his knowledge so much at this time. Because he's at the end. If he could have made those skyscrapers and made everything with AI back then, hey, Jake would have no hope today. We wouldn't be here. He would have tried everything to get rid of us then.
Yeah, as you're seeing, you know, AI is replacing, you know, the workforce.
Right.
Or the workforce.
So if there's no need for the horse, why keep on feeding it? If there's no need for these workers, I have them on the plantation. Why not just euthanize them?
A sword, a whip, and a slave book.
Right. Why not just euthanize it? Go ahead and get rid of it.
No, we can't. That one's young. We can work here. We get some good years out of this one.
All these fucking flies are fucking huge.
And especially you, Eve, you're starting to realize that this devil don't need you anymore. Losing jobs, ending up homeless in your own car.
Hey.
Can't get a job.
Eve already knew from the beginning. She just thought you thought the box was going to continue to be a thing of power. Eve knew she wasn't needed. All right, but she you know kept on drinking that wine, that delusion juice. You know what? It'll be okay. He'll still want this. You have no benefits. All right, you're not a benefit. That's not, hey, that's you and all your counterparts. All right? You are not even needed for reproduction is what they're doing. Taking away your, not your reproductive rights, but reproduction in general,
Their ability.
the ability. All right, no, we don't need that. Go ahead and euthanize her or sterilize her.
Yeah, and that's already been in process.
Right.
You know,
We got artificial.
and they going into that Demolition Man where you put on a headset and you having sex.
Right. Hey,
Virtual reality.
VR. All right.
That's what they're really moving towards. In that show Silo, you know, they dictate.
Who has
They're pretty much breeding, you know, a docile group of people to stay under that
Order.
authority.
Yep.
Yes, so they pretty much, all the women in that show are you know, put on you know, birth control or sterilized, and then if they have a history or their lineage goes back to someone who was found
Speaking out.
curious or, you know, going against the grain, you know, they wouldn't allow them to reproduce.
Hey.
Likewise, that's what this devil's doing.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
It's
You got it.
soon going to become like a Handmaid's Tale out here for
Yeah.
the women.
Right? Hey, it's always been a handmaid's tale. Right? It's always been a handmaid tale in this world. You don't have to. You have to just look a little bit closer. Why? Because that boss at work. All right, that boss at work. Go and do this, and I'll give you some money. Why you sleeping with the boss, or why you sleeping at Joe? Why you sleeping with Joe at work? All right. Another taskmaster put in front of you, whether he's the boss or not.
And when you
He's
didn't
my
do
work husband.
Yeah, when you didn't do what he said, what happened? You know?
All right. Right? That's my work husband. Another man in place of your man to give you, that you can have lunch with, all right, or to cause authority to be over you. All right? No, this is a handmaid tale already. But you think so, since you can go and have a girls' night out and jump on the carousel, all right, or you can go and take a trip and jump on the carousel, all right, or my body, my choice. Is it really your choice? All right? You believe it's an illusion that it is your choice. Okay? You got something?
Yeah. Continuing from Joshua chapter 24, it's going to be verse 23. It says, "Now therefore, put away, said he, the strange gods which are among you, and incline your heart unto the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua of Israel." 24, "And the people said unto Joshua, the Lord our power, we serve, and his voice will we obey." So again, we gave our word, but have we been doing that? No, we haven't been. We've been doing the opposite. That's why we keep getting hurt. So, verse 25. "So Joshua made a covenant with the people that day and set them a statute and an ordinance in Shechem. And Joshua wrote these words in the book of the law of the power, and took a great stone and set it up there under an oak that was by the sanctuary of the Lord. And Joshua said unto all the people, Behold, this stone shall be a witness unto us, for it hath heard all the words of the Lord, which he spake unto us. It shall be there for a witness unto you, lest ye deny your power." So, again, man, you could liken that stone unto Yahweh Shai, right? Because think about it, Yahweh Shai is that cornerstone, right? He sees us, he hears us, and he knows if we're being sincere or not. So think about it like like I said, we keep our word, but we haven't been doing that. So it's like, we are witnesses unto ourselves. So we know what we're doing, and we know that we've done excuse me, and we know that we have done wrong. We haven't been doing right like we're supposed to. That's why we're in the situation that we're in. Because, like I said, we reneged on our word multiple times. We haven't been keeping our word like we're supposed to, and that's why Yahweh Shai is putting us through these punishments. No, I'm just saying, when it's like when you make a promise. If you know you're not going to keep that promise, don't make it in the first place. Just shut up.
Right. Don't give a fool of don't give a sacrifice of a fool.
Yeah.
Right. This is going to be here in the book of Psalms. It's going to be chapter 9 and verse 16, and it reads, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, is known by his judgments, which he executed. All right? The wicked is snared in the works of his own hands. All right? Hegan. All right? Hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is known by the judgments that he sets forth. All right? And the judgments that he is setting forth unto the world, all right, is bringing back the world, is bringing the true world of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai back in order. Okay? This is why prophecy is moving forward. So the work can get done. So the ministry can push forward and complete the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? Judgment has to be played out. Judgment has to be pushed forward. All right? Because what do you say? Judgment shall start in my house first. You're seeing the reprobates. You're seeing Gorilla, right? You're seeing Deacon and his minion. All right? Yeah, his name slipped my mind. All right? But nevertheless, you're seeing the minions. All right? You're seeing the fruit. Hey, you're seeing the fruit of Gorilla. All right? That's his fruit. You see the wickedness. Now you're starting to see judgment going out and then being revealed. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai revealed the Pegasus. All right? Revealed all this, that this wickedness has, and those who are crept in unaware. Making merchandise of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's ministry. This is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai exposing and bringing more prophecy to the forefront. For you to take heed even more. For you to understand and truly look and desire that message which is beneficial unto you. All right? You got something to rush?
No.
Just digging in.
That's all right.
I was looking for something.
You got something?
Yeah, well, if we were going to
Yeah.
go into the MOTV.
Yeah, well, you could touch on that and then we can go.
Well, that's
Oh, okay. Go.
go with that.
Yeah.
So.
If you got something, you can bring it out before then.
Probably after. I think it was after. All right, this is Revelations 13 and verse 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be deleted.
Right. Hey, the image of the beast is now speaking loud and clear. You have Phil Fates, Phil of him who causes fate to take Killy Gates. All right, to take his merchandise. All right, to take his merchandise and to allow his company to run rampant across all industries. He owns land, he owns food. All right, he's in banking, he's in technology. He's a real philanthropist.
Yeah, he's in clothing.
All right.
Anything that could be used as a weapon.
Hey, he's a tech giant, going political, but just in the background. all right, he let Elon step up to the forefront.
He had too much heat on him.
Right.
You know, he was being exposed too much. You know, which that goes back into the curse of Cain. You know, where he shall have no dwelling place and be as like a wanderer, a vagabond. That was the correct term. He gets chased out of everywhere he goes.
He has no certain dwelling place. He's a nomad. Someone who just wanders.
Yep, vagabond. Real quick, let me grab that. 74. This is Genesis chapter 4. Where am I? In 14, it says, "Behold." Actually, I'm gonna start at 13. It says, "And Cain said unto the Yahweh, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out from this day, from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me."
He said his punishment was too great to bear. Hey, but here it is. Hey, he slew his brother. That wasn't too great for him to bear. All right? But now that he's found out for being the devil that he is, all right, he's saying, wait, hold up. Hey, everybody knows what I did. They know who I am.
They like accountability.
Right. Like, hold on.
And it's in their mind to get away with. They're deceived in their own mind that they can get away with everything that they've done.
Right.
Because they believe, they trust in that sword.
Right. Essentially, it's too much shame for him to bear.
They trust in the power. They trust in their technology and their wisdom. Which the Lord said there's no more wisdom in teaming.
Mm-hmm.
And they trust that MARK is going to be their deliverance.
Right, keep the foot on Jake's neck. All right? And ultimately, hey, they don't want to keep Jake. They just want to have they do it so they can have every way to go back to the Most High and say, hey, look, they're guilty.
Say that the wicked seeketh to slay him.
Right.
They and that they're watching the righteous. If they could, they would wipe out Jake, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, they would have did it already.
Yeah.
If they could have.
But they can't. That's part of the Lord dispersing Israel.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's why they want to tap in. Okay, we can't take them out. We can't take them out completely. So now we're going to put them in a bind. We're going to put them in that chokehold to where and monitor them. And that's what the MOTB is going into. Complete monitoring of the people.
Right.
So now you can't do anything with us. And then by making this agreement, you're cutting the attachment to your power off anyway.
Right. You're now saying, hey, that I'm going to accept whatever it is that this devil has for me. I want this devil to give me the life, the luxury, the wants, and the cares and desires of my heart. All right? I want to live in this man's system. Can't nobody do anything against him. Can't nobody help me out and better my situation but this devil. All right? No matter what brand it is. Neuralink, Walmart, all right? NeuroWeb, Blackstone, all right?
Verse 16 says, "And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads."
Right hand or in their foreheads. RFID-C microhip, all right? Hey, is the is the technology that is being pushed forward to bring the new world and a new age of banking, ownership, even though you own nothing and be happy. All right, the illusion that you own. All right, you see it in the prison population that they're talking about doing. Hey, serve your prison time in but a couple of hours. All right, they put 9 years of prison on you in a couple of hours. Why? Because they've studied Jake. They had lifers in there. All right, and that right there should help you understand that this devil is a falsehood and a liar. He was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. He is going to implant memories of a time that you didn't serve to make you feel like you served it. So it can wear and tear on your mind, on your spirit, on your soul, and trap and enchain you yet again. You can't get away scot-free. You got to receive that hell. And no telling what he put in your mind.
He's like the scarecrow in Batman.
Right. Right? That's perfect. Perfect example. Because where'd that happen? In the sane asylum?
Yeah, and that's how you see, like, like one in these movies like 12 Monkeys or one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
You know, them drugs they put up in them, have them all effed up.
Same thing with the movie The Manchurian Candidate.
Right. Come on, you leave there drooling on yourself,
And that,
just
what
like
happens.
I
Get Out.
was just thinking that. Right? Right? Ultimately, for them to try to make you a universal soldier.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're going from one prison to another one.
Right.
From
hell to hell.
You may not be in physical bondage, but where your mind gonna be at then? It's like you entering a test trial.
Hey, how about Shemi Al-Shai said, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, plague of the mind.
You go sell your blood for plasma, you don't know what,
Exchange.
Yeah, well, the side effects of that is lesser. You're gonna be fatigued. You got a little bit of money.
Right.
And Jake, dumbass, go and sell plasma to go grab some weed off the store.
Right. So it wasn't a necessity to eat. It's just a necessity, like, it's not like you haven't eaten in months. All right? You're like, oh man, I needed a sack. All right, I needed a drink. All right? Wasn't anywhere to live or anything like that. Hey, they just do it because, hey, really, they got license to sin. They got license just to do what they want, to feed their flesh. All right? Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai said, man should not live by bread alone. All right? But by every word. And the words of the scriptures are there to benefit you, to make you better, to perfect you in the way of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai. Right? To separate you from the world. That's what the scriptures are. To separate you. Especially you, Yasharallah. Right? Eventually, it will help separate the wicked of the heathens from the more righteous heathens. All right? Because what did Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai say? Hey, when the people, when the wicked are in rule, the people mourn. But when the righteous are in rule, the people rejoice. How much more are people going to rejoice, and how much more will they check people of their own nation? Say, hey, take him up. Take him up. Take him. hey, take him to taskmaster of our town. Take him up
Right up.
before the Israelites come. The Israelites are coming. Love those videos. All right. Hey, we're gonna watch and see what you do. Lord willing, we be those men. We're gonna watch and see what you do for a second. What are they gonna do? Look, that's a good one. He did it. All right. That's how it's gonna be. Judgment's gonna be expedient. No more of this bullshit. Right? No more of this. No more of the falsehood of this this institutionalized mindset. All right? No more of this messed up government. All right? Unjust leaders. Unrighteous decrees. No more will you have to follow. True logic and knowledge of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will abide and abound and take over the earth yet again. Never to have to look back on this and have to relive this again and say, oh yeah, you know, what did Nate say? There's going to be a time period where in rule and then, you know, we're going to fall out of rule again. It's just a repeat cycle, right? This cycle has an end. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said that. He said, how long will eternity last? Forever. All right? This condition will not be again for the nation of Israel. It's not a sweet dream and it's not a beautiful nightmare. This is hell. The world is telling you those lies. All right? You got it.
Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the charagma or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Right. Hey, so your digital currency, your, what did they change the name from? Universal basic income. All right? So it doesn't have to be basic income, but universal income. All right? Hey, to give you an allowance. All right? To give you this stuff that makes you, that has the ability, so you can have the ability to live in this world. To be able to carry on and pretend as if you have a place. Yeah, fucking dirt. Got all that trash stacked up. Ain't even, you know, being a junker or anything like that. That's just his own personal trashy shit. All right? Shit was ridiculous. All right? But hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going, he's putting everything back in order. Ultimately, so these devils can get in that pit as well. All right? These devils is going to be in the pit. They're not going to be in the house out in the back of the property. Oh, them motherfuckers is going in the pit. All right? Return them back to their rightful estate. All right?
More on that, right?
Verse 18? Verse 18. Here is the wisdom, let him know. Hath understanding, count the number of the beast.
Read that from the top again. I think you skipped it.
So Revelations 13 and 18 says, here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of men, and his number is 666.
Right.
Zykai stick.
Zykai stick.
Yeah.
Okay. Zykai stick. All right, and that prick.
You know, that subdermal implant, man.
All right.
You know, which that's what the MOTB is going to go into. You know, under the skin.
Right. Hey, because it's behind the forehead or in the right hand.
You know,
It has to be under the skin. It didn't say hold it in your right hand,
it could be any hand though.
right? but it didn't say hold it. All right, it said in the forehead or in your right hand. And how much more? Hey, say in the right hand, because we're on the right hand side of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So it's talking about the elect. It's talking about the elect nation, who they want to gear it towards. They want the right hand side. They don't give a damn about the left. They really want you, Jake.
Just like with the jab.
Right.
You know, they first went out and targeted, you know, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. I'm just gonna grab this real quick. In Revelation 3:10, it says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." And the MOTB is coming. You know, it's in news. You know, new laws popping up. Are they getting ready to drop 6G? All right, which they came out and said that's going to be the infrastructure for these, you know, RFID devices.
Yep.
You know, and yeah, it's going to be distributed to the majority of the population, but who is Yahushua keeping from that temptation? This is the way.
Right.
You know, and we're seeing these things come to pass. This devil's going to come down with great wrath as he's, you know, switches up the system, because his whole thing is to, you know, pretty much dry you out to come, you know, eat from him.
Right.
You know, and he's gonna have that carnal way out for you.
Right. Because what do they say? End of July, beginning of August. All right. Hey, gas.
Yeah,
No gas.
California started warning people that they got 3 weeks pretty much before shit's gonna get outrageous.
Right.
That was the last thing I seen on that.
Right. It's gonna creep up. Those prices are gonna creep up, but how much more when there's no longer about price? It's just no resource.
Yeah, if it's there.
Right? Getting back and forth to work. Hey, your work is still gonna be required that you be there.
Because you can't move it, you know, without the gas, but, you know, so it's all a chain reaction, and that chain reaction leads up to the distribution of this device
Right.
to these devil's endgame.
Who's gonna have the ability to travel? First and foremost, the military. All right, the elites, the military, your companies. All right, your companies are gonna have the right to travel. They're gonna be the ones taking the gas. All right, the supply chain still needs it just for a second, just for a little bit longer than you. Just for a little bit longer.
Right.
Then there's going to be the push of EV. All right. Oh, with all these electric cars and everything, hey, we got to have an infrastructure that's able to give the information for it to go. All right. Those little robo taxis. All right. Hey, they'll become more abound. That's why. Why do you think these devils gave the infrastructure and Elon Musk got into Uber? Why do you think they have all these driving vehicles, platforms, autonomous driving? All right.
7-Eleven got their own little robot.
Right.
You know, DoorDash got their own little robot drone. Amazon with the drones. They showed you that in the new War of the Worlds, you know, with Ice Cube.
Yep. Hey, just becoming more efficient in their wickedness. So if you're not ready, hey, you better get ready. And those who have been getting ready, keep getting ready through the will and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
I think they about to drop a new Jetsons.
Movie?
Right.
That showed you back then in that cartoon.
Right. Exactly how they want it. They went all the way, and that's the spirit. Hey, think about it. They went all the way from Bedrock to the Jetsons. They had a Bedrock Jetsons movie. All right? So they went all the way from Fred Flintstone to Elroy Jetson. They showed you right there. We're the base man, but this is where we're going. This is what we want. All right? We started off here. But through clubbing and taking and brute force and war, we've made it here. Because hey, always in the Flintstones, they always had a confrontation.
Yep.
There was always some type of confrontation. Whether it be Fred at the job, all right, and then they had the little green kazoo guy. I forget his name or whatever. Hey, come. No, the little green like Martian guy who used to come on the Jetsons. You know, or he used to come on the Flintstones, and he was also on the Jetsons.
Yeah.
You know.
I know who you're talking about.
I can't think of his name, the little thing's name, but hey, nevertheless, hey, that was like an apparition for him. All right, part of his promise. All right, he was able to go from being dominant and clubbing and having everything and getting the resources of the earth until now trying to steal the resources of heaven, as he have stolen Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's people, but through his technocracy, trying to steal the heavens, actually trying to colonize the heavens.
The Great Gazoo.
The Great Gazoo. Yeah, I was right. All right. It's like a little genie in a bottle.
Yeah,
You can read on it a little bit.
Yeah, he said that he was exiled to prehistoric Earth for inventing a destructive doomsday machine.
He was exiled to prehistoric Earth. For what? For inventing
A destructive doomsday machine.
a destructive doomsday machine.
They are here.
Right? So he went from the future. He got brought from the future back to the past. Right? So what he did in the future, Esau is going back to his past for inventing a destructive machine. All right? For trying to destroy Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's people because he's the base man. So he has to go back, what? To the beginning. Where he's from. The base. Back to the Flintstones. Back to bedrock.
Back to the caves.
Right? The bedrock is the bottom. Bedrock is the lowest point that you can go, the bottom. Shalom.
Shalom.
So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is putting you back on the bottom. All right? You had something to rush?
Yeah, this is Sirach. This is Sirach chapter 44 in verse 8, and it says, "There be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be reported." In verse 9, "And some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they had never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and their children after them."
Oh, so who's that? After 1,000 years of hardcore, rigorous bondage, to putting hell on this earth, hell on Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's people for blaspheming his name. His name, first and foremost, his creation and everything. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said he will make you with no heritage and no remembrance. Esau, Edom will have nothing. You will return back to the dust that you are, just to be remembered as dust. Just blowing in the wind. All right? Because it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. All right? Your breath is but for this moment. Hey, you're on the exhale. All right? Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to give us release therapy. We're going to be released from this captivity, and then we're going to go into therapy with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He is going to restore us. He is going to teach us even more yet again. He is going to show us exactly and put in what the shit that you have done to us. Shit that we can't recall at this time. Shit that wasn't written about. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to reveal all.
He's gonna give us that hate, that hate he has towards you.
He'll
Right.
put his anger, in us.
Right, the righteous indignation of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we're going to receive that anger. All right? You got something?
Can I read a verse out of Wisdom of Solomon, 2nd chapter? Like,
Yeah.
was there? All right.
Yeah, you got it.
This is Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter 2, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs or the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Right. Hey, because he devised mischief by law. It allowed him to be able to do what it is that he does right now. All right? It allowed him to set himself up on the throne as if he is the Most High. All right? Through the mischief in his law. He said, you know what? Hey, now that we got through this dark age, let's go ahead and change a couple of these laws. We can't do it all at once, but we're going to slide that in there.
Without them seeing.
Yeah, a little sneak tip. Yeah, let's go ahead and take their rights over here. Yeah, they were able to marry our daughters and everything for a second, but our women are preferring them more of us. Let's go ahead and make that a crime. Okay, we're gonna make that a crime. Yeah, let's go ahead and put them in chains. Yeah, we know there were nobles. Nobly get your ass in that ship. All right, you don't have rights over there. Hey, go ahead and pay for them, to, pay another tribe and pay other people for them to bring them to us. Right? Go ahead and capture them. Take away the rights that they think they have. All right? We're going to show them. We're going to steal their identity through iconoclasm. Go ahead and change everything. We're going to put ourselves up and we're going to be them. We're going to take their history. We're going to take their heritage. And we're going to call it our own.
Psalm 7 and 14 says, behold, he traveleth with iniquity, and have conceived mischief, and brought brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he had made. His mischief shall return unto his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own plate. So, that man, is speaking of Esau Edom, man. All right? He's the one that's been going around, traveling in iniquity,
Right.
He's the man of sin, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He can never be right. And then he has that mischief, falsehood, all right? Stealing the true identity of who we are, saying it's him what the brother is saying, all right? And he's digging his own thing. He's going back, like said Bedrock, he's going back to him being base.
Yeah, he's a snare unto himself.
God, you digging it, your own grave, what they say. Dig your here, give you the shovel, you digging it for you. You digging it for yourself.
God, when you continually try to trap and ensnare Israel, all right? Hey, you do it to yourself. Yahweh Shem Yahushua has given you the devices to destroy yourself.
the scriptures say, you know, the triumphant of the wicked, and the joy of the hypocrite for a moment. It's only but for a moment. So, you know, live it up while you can, because after this, it's chains and shackles.
You got something on that?
Yes, I do. Malachi, the first chapter. It's Malachi, the first chapter, verse 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Right. It's telling, you know, Esau's, you know, building up this, you know, his next, his new world order, but it's not going to be for anything. You know, the Lord's not going to allow him, you know, to rebuild the destruction even that he causes, because he knows that this place is going to, you know, fade away. He knows that, you know, it's going to be completely destroyed, but he's going to rebuild out of it, out of this destruction. But the Lord said he's not with that, you know, just to sum it all up.
Yeah. The only thing he's going to rebuild is the kingdom.
Yeah.
With his blood, all right, his sweat, and we don't give a shit about his tears. All right?
Yeah,
He'll be there, but
this is the end of his world, you know?
right? And Darash, that button that you just pulled earlier,
It's 5:44 and 7.
yeah, I believe that was what it was. Oh yeah, whatever, read that verse.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 44. I'll start at verse 8. It says, there be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be reported. Verse 9, and some there be which have no memorial, who are perished as though they had never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and their children after them.
Right. A nation that is not a nation because it was never truly meant to be a nation. They were always meant to be forgotten. All right? And hey, they goes further to prove it. As we brought up, Wisdom of Solomon, brother's going to pull it out right now.
It's the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 4. It says, and our name shall be forgotten in time.
And our name shall be forgotten in time. He already knew. He already knew that his name was to be forgotten. He was never supposed to be. And our name shall be forgotten in time. Well, damn. How important is a name? When somebody throws dirt on your name, it's an issue. Somebody lies on you, it's an issue. How much more the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? How much more the name of a nation that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai says does not exist, nor doesn't have a right to exist? Because I said by my name's sake, they won't exist. I make good on what my name says.
And no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be disappeared as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof.
Like a rainy day or like a hot day in summer. Like the wind is blowing right now and there's no clouds in the sky. Why? Because the wind blew that shit away. Did we think about it? No, it just happened. It does not matter about this time. It does not matter about the time of Esau, Edom. It doesn't matter about his reign. It only matters if you can make it through. It only matters for testimony's sake. It is only going to be a book and many books just to look back and say, wow, oh, that place of memorial, can you tell me the story of what happened there? That's what our children are going to say, even though that they're going to know. It's like a bedtime story. Can you tell me what happened there? right?
All
Just
that.
so your children can get upset and then go kick a little Edomite kid in their ass in the pit. Kick them on down. Get your ass back in there. Just so they won't forget. Show them the same kind of care that they showed us.
None. Verse 5 says, "For our time is very a shadow that passeth away."
Hey, a shadow passed away. Just like as the sun moved and the shadow was gone from that place over there and it's now over to this place, that shadow was never going to be that shadow again right there. That time of that shadow and that age is gone. This age, your shadow is going to pass. Esau is the end of an age, the age of wickedness. You are the end. All right? But Yahweh Shem Yahushai has Jacob as the beginning of a new age, a new time, an eternity. And how long is eternity? Forever. Somebody just said, forever.
That was on cue.
All right.
Continuing, "And after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again."
He said it is fast sealed, expedient. Hey, because what does it say in the book of Obadiah? All right, they will bind them all up like sticks. Bring them all here. All right? Your women will outlive you. That's a shame. That's a shame unto a nation that your women outlive you. Even if it's just but for a moment. You know, it's me speaking as a man, but I believe at that time every Edomite woman will pass and will die in childbearing. That final, right?
A perfect example of being thrown into that fiery, being burnt up. If you've seen the movie Toy Story 3, where Woody, Buzz, and the other one, they were being thrown into that little fiery thing at the end there.
It's like a little contraption to like break up the toys or like paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Some destruction.
Yeah, like you're gonna be in that moment where you're gonna be looking at each other like, after all that we've been through, this is how it ends. Yep.
Yes. Horrible. It ends horribly for you. All right? Horrible, but righteously.
Yep.
All right? Hey, we only return in the same energy. Hey, Esau, Edom, hey, has taken what Jake says, hey, keep that same energy. They say that all the time.
Right.
Keep that same energy. Okay. Since you want to take the same, keep that same energy. All right? Believe that you can still rise as that phoenix from the ashes. You'll just be ashes in the wind.
Because it says, "So that no man cometh again."
Right.
So there ain't no raising.
When is he coming?
No man again. No
Not
man
ever?
cometh again.
Not ever.
No, everything.
No, not ever. Did he say forever? No, not ever. Not coming when? Maybe he's just going down the street. No, he's not coming again. So that goes to prove the point that Nathaniel doesn't know what he was talking about. All right? Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is not a man that he should lie. All right? Hey, doctrine dictates all. And the 100% truth coming out of GMS dictates all, because it is the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We believe this full-heartedly. that the 100% truth comes out of GMS. All right? You got something? All right. Hey, with that, we're going to go ahead and face the east, and we're going to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching, preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listen, learning, to the bias, the house of David. Till the next time, it's Men of Valor saying, Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, Wa Abba, Shalom.